After spending $44,000 on my sister's wedding, she played a trick on me, sending me to the wrong Italian city. I arrived in Naples while they partied in Florence. The next day she texted, "Haha, I just didn't want you there." Mom chimed in, "Stop acting confused, it's your fault." I grinned. Then I sent her a gift, 4 feet tall, delivered by a courier. Soon after she called, sobbing, "Can I pay you back?" My name is Noah. I'm 32, the older sibling, the dependable one. I handle budgets for a mid-sized construction firm, managing spreadsheets, vendor negotiations, and invoices cleared yesterday. I bring my own lunch. I iron shirts on Sundays. The most luxurious thing I own is a second-hand coffee grinder. In my family, I'm the one who sorts things out. If something breaks, if someone cries, if a bill arrives stamped urgent, all eyes turn to me like I'm a toolbox. My sister Tessa is 27. She has flawless hair and the focus of a firecracker. She markets a lifestyle online, morning rituals, matcha product reveals. She's charming when she's not cruel. She calls Dad Daddy-O, and he softens. Mom calls her darling, while my name becomes a task. Noah will fix it. I can replace a pipe in the dark. I can't recall the last time anyone asked if I was exhausted. I funded their wedding. Not in one go, but in pieces that seemed manageable at the time. A payment here, a transfer there. 14 transactions, $44,000 when you tally it up. I know the figure because I entered it into a spreadsheet cell and hit enter, and the sum didn't flinch. The plan was Florence, outdoor vows, string lights, candles. I told myself it was love. I told myself it was my gift. I told myself I chose this. We were at my parents' dining table a week before the supposed group trip. Mom had her planner, sections for flowers, music, flights. Tessa wielded a glitter pen and a grin that implied someone else would cover the cost. Dad sat at the head, claiming his spot like a prize. The room smelled of citrus cleaner and espresso. "All right," Mom said, flipping to the travel section. "Italians are relaxed, so we must be exact. Print your tickets, no checked luggage. Noah, your flight's in the email. You booked mine," I asked. "Done," she said, like that closed the matter. Tessa examined her nails. Florence is wild. "We might send some folks through Naples by coach. It's better for vlogs." "Naples is 5 hours from Florence," I pointed out. She gave that sharp giggle she uses when facts spoil her fun. "Chill, scholar." Dad speared a grape and aimed it at me. "Don't bring your pessimism. You always think small." I checked my phone. Email subject, Italy, attachment, boarding pass PDF. Airport code, NAP. I opened my mouth. Tessa grazed my arm, her eyes dropping like a veil. "It's a surprise itinerary," she said. "Trust me." That was the first sting, not the money, not yet. Just the way my name gets shifted like a chair. The way details slip through my fingers. I told myself to breathe. I told myself not to spoil the mood. I closed the email. Tessa popped a grape and winked. "You'll love it," she said. I believed her because wanting to fit in pulls like gravity. I washed my mug. Mom pecked my cheek like signing a form. Dad said, "Don't be a hassle." We did the familiar dance. I didn't know then I'd land in Naples while they glowed in Florence. I didn't know about the text that would arrive the next morning. I didn't know what a 4-foot package could do to a family. I just knew I was the helpful one. And helpful people agree. It didn't begin with Italy. It began with birthdays and dividing cake slices. At 10, I got a used handheld game and a warning about screen time. When Tessa turned 10, she got a bounce house and a social media post from Mom saying she's our everything. My report card earned a decent from Dad. Tessa's participation ribbon got superstar. Money followed a pattern. If Tessa needed it, we found it. If I needed it, we learned a lesson. "You're tough," Dad would say. "Step up." When the dishwasher broke, I learned to fix a valve. When Tessa's phone shattered, we learned about next-day replacements. At 18, I worked warehouse shifts and saved cash in labeled envelopes. Rent, food, gas. The envelopes lived in a shoebox sealed with duct tape. Once, when Tessa was jobless, the tape was sliced. "Urgent," Mom said, patting my arm like a medic. "We'll square it up." They squared some of it when things settled. Things never settled. By 24, my phone plan was a shared one, my card linked for setup. It grew like ivy. Lines sprouted like relatives. At one point, my bill listed 5 users, 1 card, mine. I'd say, "We need to split this." Mom would say, "Not now." If I pressed, Dad used the voice that shrank me. "Don't penny pinch your sister." Tessa tried ventures with boldness. A brow bar, a charm shop, a candle line with lavender wax that wrecked my stove for weeks. "Invest in me," she'd say. "It's family." Loans turned into gifts. Gifts turned into assumptions. I told myself I was fortunate to help. My budgeting app showed numbers that felt like duty and tasted like fatigue. When she got engaged to Leo, quiet, lanky, kind, our house became a film set. Mom curated mood boards for every moment. Dad had thoughts on seating. Tessa had a lens, it started modest. Backyard, fairy lights, burritos, then her followers grew. Destination, she said, eyes gleaming. Tuscany, vineyards, chimes. I could have said no, I didn't. I said I'll pay for the photos. Then the musicians needed a deposit. Then the venue required a transfer to secure the date. Then stylists demanded travel costs up front. We'll send it Friday, Mom said. I entered a figure in a cell, $3,000, then $6,200, then $18,000. I told myself I was binding the family like glue, numbers as keepsakes. Venue deposit, villa something, $18,000. Catering advance, $9,500. Band advance, $6,200. Photographer advance, $2,900. Flowers prepaid, Mom hates tacky blooms, $1,100. Dress alterations, urgent embroidery, $1,800. Stylists travel, $620. Chair upgrade, white ones creak on film, $900. I told myself this is the gift. I told myself we'll laugh about this later. I told myself I'm generous, not foolish. There were quiet slights beneath the clamor. Tessa tagged her friends in gratitude posts, mentioning me like a footnote, and my brother for operations. At dinner, Aunt Paula said, Tessa's our visionary, Noah's our ledger. Mom told Leo's parents were handling the big stuff. I smiled until my jaw ached. I tried to draw a line. I stop at $44,000, I told Mom, like saying it made it solid. After that, it's on you. She touched my face. Sweetie, don't be tacky. There were signs I should have caught. My passport shifted slightly in the drawer. The tablet I used for the phone plan on a different screen. A sticky note by Mom's mug with a code, then torn. The link Tessa sent for a Florence hotel, unclickable without the exact URL. I told myself I was suspicious. I told myself love meant trust. The week before we flew, Mom insisted on booking flights to save with group rates. I said I'd handle mine, pay mine, keep it clear. She sighed. Don't complicate things, Noah. Tessa sent a PDF boarding pass for Naples. Cheaper, she texted, we'll bus. It's an aesthetic. I said I'll just go to Florence. She replied, don't be odd, you'll mess the transport. I stared at the code. In AP, I searched buses. 5 hours, one change. I typed, is the wedding even near Naples? Then erased it. I told myself, don't ruin it. I saved the pass. The morning I left, Dad gave a one-arm hug and said, don't be late again. Mom handed me a baggie of snacks. Tessa air-kissed my cheek and said, catch you soon. Like a punchline I didn't get. I rolled my suitcase to the rideshare. The driver asked if I was thrilled. So thrilled, I said, my voice unfamiliar. Part of me knew. Part of me still wanted an invitation. The flight attendant said, buongiorno, and I teared up over a plastic cup of cola. When we landed in Naples, I checked for shuttle details. The group chat had 17 new images. Candles. Vines. Tessa in a satin robe with her crew. No shuttle. No mention of me. Where's the bus from Naples? I texted. No response. I stood by baggage claim, watching the belt spit out luggage. A kid with a balloon giggled. A couple bickered softly in English. My gut felt like I'd swallowed gravel. 30 minutes later, Tessa DM'd a heart emoji and one word, soon. I found the bus counter, bought a ticket, told myself it was a mix-up. 5 hours and a pack of crackers later, I knew it wasn't. Naples station at 10 p.m. smelled of diesel and pastries. People moved like traffic signals, quick and in spurts. I stood with my suitcase and garment bag, watching a man push a cart of empty bottles like he was rushing to nowhere. I texted Mom. In Naples, shuttle. No reply, I called Dad. Voicemail, I messaged Tessa. What's the villa's address? Typing dots, then silence. I tried Leo. He replied. Hey, ask Tessa, code for stay out. I bought an espresso from a counter where the woman eyed me like I was a chore. I sat on my suitcase and made a list in my app to stop my mind from spinning. Bus to Florence. 5 hours. Train. Shut down. Late. Hotel near station. Euros. Am I a fool? The next morning my phone buzzed at 7:02 a.m. Tessa's message. 2 photos, then text. Photo 1, Tessa and bridesmaids in silk pajamas holding glasses. Caption, we're here. Photo 2, the garden, arches, candles, a cursive sign saying, welcome to eternity. Then the text. Haha, I just didn't want you there. I read it 3 times. It was like someone set a timer and left the building. Quiet with a tick you can't ignore. Before I could reply, another message. Mom, stop playing confused. It's on you. You make everything heavy, stay away, you'll wreck it. I stared at the words, heavy, wreck, stay away. I took a breath. Another. The bottle cart man returned. A kid pointed at a pigeon. A woman dragged a suitcase with a busted wheel. The world didn't pause for my texts. It kept going. I smiled. Not a joyful smile. The kind when the ground stops bouncing and turns solid. There was relief in the hurt. Clarity feels sharp even when it stings. I replied to Tessa, "Thanks for the honesty. Enjoy your day." She sent a champagne emoji. I closed the chat. I opened my banking app. Habit, solace, numbers that didn't judge. Balance, fine. Charges, fine. Transfers out, none. I felt the earth beneath me. I booked a modest Naples hotel with clean sheets and a break from being useful. At noon, a family chat photo. Tessa veil like mist. Mom wrote, "Our star." Dad wrote, "My princess." I set my phone face down and studied the ceiling cracks. I ordered a sandwich in the hotel lobby, using per favor in clumsy Italian. The man said, "Prego, signor." I could have wept from the courtesy. At 5 p.m., I took a train to Rome, then a budget flight home the next day. No drama, no speeches. Just 2 seats, 3 plastic cups, and the realization I'd seen the wall I'd been pushing against. At home, I showered, feeling cleansed of something that wasn't mine. I brewed coffee, set my phone to silent, opened a new email account. Boundaries now it created a blank file titled 90 days. Then I called a delivery service. "Do you handle special packages?" I asked. Dimensions, the voice said. 4 feet tall, I said. Foam board, plus an envelope. Address. I gave Tessa's. I added a call to a mobile notary. I printed a straightforward document, debt acknowledgement and repayment schedule. Amount, $44,000. Terms, 18 months, no interest if timely. 8% APR if late. Auto payments via link. Proof attached. Itemized receipts and Tessa's haha text blown up to a page. I wasn't going to share it. I wasn't going to yell. I was going to file paperwork. I taped the envelope to a 4-foot foam board printed that night. Title at the top in bold black, wedding contribution. What I paid so you excluded me. Below, a tidy list of amounts. On the right, a huge QR code linking to a payment portal with Tessa's name pre-filled. At the bottom, a note. "This isn't vengeance. It's resolution. I slept 6 hours. Woke at 6:30 a.m. The courier arrived on time. The courier in a navy polo had the vibe of someone who's seen it all. He confirmed the name. Tessa. Ensure she signs. I said, "The notary will meet you. If she refuses, photograph it and give the envelope to Leo." "Understood," he said, practical like me. At 8:12 a.m., my phone, still on silent, showed a courier app alert. Delivered. Signed by Tessa. 30 seconds later, calls flooded in. 16 in a row, 3 from Mom, 8 from Dad, 5 from an unknown number. I let the phone buzz like a trapped insect. At 8:20, an email from Tessa. Subject, "Are you crazy? Body. Remove this now. You're shaming me. You're cruel. I'm blocking you." I replied. Subject, "Repayment. Body. Hi. For 90 days, email only. Payments start on the 1st. Sign today, no interest. If not, interest next month. I won't post anything. I won't talk on the phone. Regards, Noah." At 8:31, Mom's email. Subject, "How could you? Body, you sent a billboard, so inappropriate. Your aunt saw it. Leo's parents saw it. You'll ruin your sister. You're selfish, ungrateful, after all we've done." I replied. Subject, "Limits. Body, I won't discuss this by phone or text. If you need honeymoon budgeting help, ask politely. Dinners twice monthly, Thursdays at 6. Email only." At 8:35, a shift. Leo's email. Subject, "I'm sorry. Body, I didn't know she sent you to Naples. I didn't know she told you to stay away. I'm sorry. Give me a day to talk to her. We'll repay you." I replied, "Thanks." The plans in the envelope. Signed today were square. At 8:40, Dad's email. Subject, "Take it back." Body, "What you did is unforgivable. You made your sister cry during her wedding week. Take it back." I replied. "I'm not retracting anything. I'm taking control of my money. If you need help with credit card debt, I'll sit with you." Email only. At 9:02, an unknown number called. I let it ring. A voicemail. Tessa, crying. "I didn't think you'd breath." "Why would you breath? My in-laws saw it. Can I pay you back? I'll sign. Please don't send more." I listened, hands around a warm mug holding 2 truths. I love my sister, and I've had enough. I emailed her the signing link. 1 minute later, a ping. Signed by Tessa. 5 minutes later, another. Co-signed by Leo. I set a rule, no gloating, no "I told you so," no posting, no vengeance, just documents. At noon, the bank app pinged. Payment January 18. $2444.44. The decimals made me chuckle, so precise. Tessa emailed. Subject, "First payment, no body." That was okay. Then the second wave hit. Family chat, screenshots, explosive reactions. Aunt Paula, Noah sent a sign. Cousin, this is lawsuit vibes. Mom, we raised a villain. Dad, he's cut off until he apologizes. I muted the chat for a year. Printed a new document. What I won't do. I won't pay the family phone plan. As of today, all lines but mine are cut. I won't cover deposits, hold dates, or start anything. I won't be an authorized user on anyone's card. I won't answer demands. I'll reply to respectful requests in 48 hours by email. I won't join talks where I'm called selfish for budgeting. What I'll do, dinners twice monthly, public place 1 hour, emergency rides or hospital visits, budget help if asked without insults. Contact, email only 90 days. I printed it, slipped it into a folder, and left it at my parents' door. No note, they can read. That afternoon I visited my bank. Remove all shared access, I said. The teller asked for my passcode. I gave a new one. A phrase, not a number. I froze my credit. Set alerts for charges over $1. Bought a fireproof sleeve for my passport because my life needed a lock, not an apology. The next day, Leo asked to meet. We sat in a coffee shop. He looked like he discovered a hidden room in his home. I didn't know, he said. I believe you, I said. She said she invited you, he said, staring at his hands. She said you dropped by. She texted me I didn't want you there, I said. I kept my tone even. We studied the table like it held solutions. We'll pay, he said. I want our marriage to start clean. Good, I said. You have the plan. I'm sorry, he said again, like it was his only word. Thank you, I said. I hope you have the wedding you want, not a show. He smiled faintly. Me too, he said. People will ask where the board is. It's in their entryway, propped against a wall, too big to ignore, too heavy to toss with Leo's parents watching. I didn't send it to humiliate. I sent it to make denial cumbersome. Over the next week, the family tested me. Mom sent long emails with scripture and dishware metaphors. Dad sent clipped lines. Call me, fix this. Tessa sent dots, then nothing. I replied once daily with the same 5 lines. I love you. Email only. I'm not funding this wedding. Payments go through the portal. I'm free Thursdays, 6 to 7 p.m. at Rose's. Boundaries are plain. That's their power. They don't feel like triumph. They feel like habit. On the 3rd Thursday, Mom and Dad came to Rose's, sat in the red booth, lips pursed in sync. We discussed the weather, a sign they were adjusting. Dad mentioned a dentist bill. I offered to help him call for a payment plan. He said okay. Mom said the florist gave a small refund for distress. I said that was generous. We ate noodles. No one mentioned helicopters. Tessa didn't show. She emailed the next day, subject, payment to. The portal pinged. I sent a receipt with thanks. She replied with a period, progress. I started breathing like the air belonged to me. I cleaned my place, shredded decade-old envelopes. Allocated $300 to a fund labeled Italy for me, not spite. A balance. On day 19, my phone rang at 2 a.m. the way it does when old patterns call. I didn't answer. In the morning, a voicemail. Mom. Grandma fell, she said, voice trembling. Hospital. I called back in 10 seconds. For emergencies, I show up. That's non-negotiable. That's for me. I drove them. Sat in a stiff chair. Filled out forms because forms ground me. Stayed until Grandma was stable. Dad gripped my shoulder, a quick squeeze. Thanks, he said. No lecture, no step-up talk, just thanks. It lingered. The wedding happened a month later. Simpler, lovely, no helicopter, naturally. They sent a photo, Tessa and Leo under a tree with lanterns. No tags from Tessa, no we did it caption from Mom. The photo felt human, not staged. I looked at it, not angry. I felt I'd resized my role in their narrative to its proper place. Payment 3 arrived, payment 4. I moved them to Italy for me, booked a short trip for winter. 3 days in Florence, 2 in Naples, deliberately to reclaim names misused. I didn't share my plans. 2 months later, Tessa asked to meet. We chose a cafe with greenery and soft music. She arrived in sunglasses, hiding from an older self. She spoke without a script. I was mean, she said. I thought it was a joke, I thought. She stared at the table. I thought you'd pay and fix it anyway. I paid, I said. I didn't show up. She laughed once quick, then got serious. I'm ashamed, she said. You're paying it back, I said. That's how shame becomes action. She nodded. Leo says we grow up now, she said. I didn't like it. Then I did. We sat in a silence that wasn't a battle. She tore at a napkin. Do you hate me? She asked. I love you, I said. I hate what you did. She inhaled. I'll pay early, she said. I'm selling the filming gear. I don't need lights for my life. Good, I said. She pushed her sunglasses up. Mom says you're dramatic. I'm calm, I said. Calm looks dramatic to people used to you syncing with them. We both smiled. She pulled a small envelope from her bag. For you, she said. Inside, a receipt. Payment June 18. A week early, she shrugged. Didn't want it lingering, she said. Also, she paused. I got my own phone line on my card now. Proud of you, I said, and meant it. We walked out, hugged. It didn't feel like a performance. Here's the lesson, because I'm done telling this like I need approval. I won't be the family's safety net because someone thought a helicopter equaled love. I won't attend uninvited events or fund them. I won't engage in group chat wars. I'll send clear emails and keep records. I'll pay for my life first. I'll help in real emergencies, not for posts. I'll meet twice monthly and split the bill. I'll say no as a complete sentence without justifying it to those who thrive on confusion. This wasn't vengeance. It was paperwork. A 4-foot reminder that respect has size. Mom still sends long emails, sometimes with words like duty and kin in bold. I reply once. Dinner Thursday, sometimes she comes, sometimes not. Dad asks about loan rates now. I show him a calculator. He nods like a learner. The Italy fund reached my goal. I booked Florence for February, Naples too on purpose. I'll eat a sandwich at the station, watch pigeons, and not wait for a bus that won't come. I'll send myself a photo. If guilt creeps in when my coffee's warm and the numbers align, I'll recall the foam board in their hall and the first payment that arrived without a fight. I'll remember that love without limits is a crack you don't notice until the foundation's gone. My life isn't a stage. My money isn't a ballot. My yes means yes. My no means no. This isn't about vengeance. It's about closure. And 4 feet of it was the exact size I needed to see it.